Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today, guys? Today we're talking about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a cool, interesting topic for ourselves today. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our cool topic for today? Our cool topic for today is, what is mortgage insurance? Okay. Hey guys, if you're a salesperson or a person who's interested in buying insurance, or maybe to make sure that you're in a better position, and if you own a home or if you just recently bought a home, you definitely want to consider getting mortgage protection. And the reason being is, if something were to happen to you or your significant other and you got a really nice place to live, or maybe you only owe a little bit of money left on the home, what happens is if you don't leave a will, you got to go into probate. And these people will sometimes take a year, a couple of years. And here's the thing, if you have a situation and your name's not on the deed, okay, you're going to end up having a situation where the bank can probably go ahead and take your home. I just had a friend of mine, and I didn't even know that this was possible. They only owed like $75,000 on the home, and unfortunately the mom didn't have a will, and they were living in the home, and the property was worth over $250,000, and the bank gave them such a hard time, they almost lost the home. They had to actually go out of pocket and spend thousands and thousands of dollars they really didn't have. And what happened is they had to get lawyers involved. They had to get a lot of stuff to happen to be able to keep the home. And they still have to pay back all the extra money because they didn't let them make a payment on the home. So interest accrued, and still it becomes what you call a pain in the hiney. You know, what I do is, I help people. In reality, I help people with all different types of products, real estate. I help people with, education, but I also help people with life insurance and also mortgage protection. And the reason why is because I've had friends of mine, like recently, a best friend of mine passed away. He was only 56 years old. And my sister, she passed away. She was in her 30s, my brother in his 30s. I mean, a friend of mine's friend just passed away and they were only 5 years old. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So I went and updated my insurance license, started doing some research, and I thought I'd share that with you. But if you have a property, if you own a property, do you want your family at least to have some transition money to be able to, figure it out without having to move out within a month or two because they're behind and paying their mortgage? Well, you definitely want to go ahead and get some mortgage protection. And basically what it is just insurance. Insurance to cover you in case, like, say for instance, you get a 30-year term and you move out of that house. Well, you probably say, well, do I lose that money? No, you don't lose that money. The insurance is not on the property, it's on you. So that way you can move from place to place and still have the same coverage for as long as you set it up. There are programs now where you can actually pay for 30 years and have the opportunity to get all your money back that you invested in your insurance. So if you were to pass away, your family, of course, would get the money to go ahead and help pay towards the mortgage and pay off the home if it's big enough. But the key to success is you've got to have mortgage protection. You've got to have this insurance. And believe it or not, guys, if you don't have anything in play, I've seen it. It's tough on the family. I had a good friend of mine. Like I said, I have a real estate and I've been doing my real estate stuff and I help people with education. And recently I got back into doing insurance because my best friend passed away. When he passed away, he had a beautiful condo, but he paid like $325 a month, for all the amenities and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, when he died, he didn't have any insurance at all. So the home was paid for, but still they put it and they had to hold on to the house. They had to jump through a lot of hoops, and the family still has to pay that money every single month. So if they're having to pay that insurance, pay for, the amenities and services plus electricity to keep the home in, good repair, they had to do some upgrades and maintenance. They had to do a lot of things with that home. But there was no insurance. He didn't have any kind of mortgage protection, no life insurance or anything. So if you're a person who cares about others, you definitely want to make sure you've got some insurance. I got like 3 policies on me. I've got insurance on my son. It's not about the about the person. And people are saying, I don't have the money for all that. I don't want to spend that money. Well, somebody's going to have to spend that money. And sometimes they have to put that crap on credit cards. If you got to get somebody buried, and all the things that go along with it, it could cost you anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. If, say, for instance, you want to get somebody cremated, heck, man, that could cost you a couple of grand, $2,000 or $3,000, especially if you want people to view you before they, go ahead and burn you all up. Just saying, guys. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I'm your sales guy. I do a lot of different types of things, and I've been selling for a long time. And like I said, mortgage protection, life insurance, it really works if you work it. But you got to live it, because, see, here's the thing. If you get a policy, you want to make sure that you don't lapse that policy. And what I mean by that is buy what you can afford. Some people, they buy insurance that's like way too expensive, and they end up lapsing it. And guess who suffers? It ain't you. You'll be already dead, okay? But your significant other, your family, your children will have to pick up the pieces. And you may say, man, that's a lot of burden to put on me. I really don't believe in that stuff, but I'm gonna tell you what, your family will. They'll find out the hard way. So make sure you get some insurance, final expense at least to cover your death benefits. Also, get that mortgage protection to cover you and your family when you pass away. Believe it or not, people die every single day. I watch the news all the time, and I see all these young people. I see people dying all the time that are my age and older. So at least put something in play. Get the mortgage protection. It'll protect not only you, it'll protect your family, it'll protect your assets. It'll at least give your family the transition time and money to be able to sell the home. And if there's equity built into the home, at least they'll be able to sell the home and be able to move somewhere comfortably without having to go, man, what are we going to do now? It happens a lot. People are overwhelmed. They lose beautiful homes. They didn't have any transition money. Oh, you may say, well, I got insurance at work. Well, you get sick, and I'm going to tell you what, or you leave that job and you don't work. You don't take that with you. But when you have mortgage protection, insurance to cover yourself, life insurance, it goes with you as long as you're alive. Again, you may want to get term insurance if you're a younger person, and it's very inexpensive. Also, you've got the capability to have insurance that can be given back to you. And the older you get, guys, the less insurance you can get, and it costs a lot more money. So make sure that if you have the capability to purchase it, buy it as soon as possible, because it never gets cheaper. Every day it goes up, and then next thing you know, you're so old that you get older and you go, dang, it costs that much for how much? Just saying, guys. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy, and today we just had a very simple conversation about, mortgage protection, insurance, life insurance, final expense, buying insurance, not only you, but your children, your family. And remember, guys, it really pays. Everybody dies. And I hate to say it like that. It sounds a little morbid, but I got you. If I can be of service, and if you live in Florida, you can give me a call at 904-662-8933, and I can walk you through the process. We can find out if we can help you get the insurance that will at least put your family in a better situation, because everybody goes home. Okay, have a nice day. All right. Don't die with no insurance. Okay, all right.